Daniela Weiss. She's the head of the Nachala settlement movement, former mayor of Kedumim out there as well. Thanks for joining the program here tonight. Look, the IDF has stressed that the actions in Kusra are not authorized, and that both civilians and any security personnel involved in unlawful activity will be held accountable. But from the videos, it appears to be all young boys, men, maybe teenagers. Look, I understand this is not terrorism, as the Palestinians have come to define it in these areas, of course. I know all that. But can you justify and explain this activity right now?
In my opinion, what is going on now near Kusra and in other places is an ongoing combat over areas that were seized by Arabs. It's the opposite of what is being told in the media. The Oslo Accords are not kept by the Arabs, and what these young boys, and not only them, I include myself in the effort to protect government property that should be released and should be used for the development of Jewish communities, and they are being constantly seized by Arabs. The division ABC, which to begin with, the Oslo Accords division of areas ABC is an artificial one to begin with. But even with this artificial division, the ones who seize property in areas C are the Arabs. What the young generation of settlers does is trying to protect government land for the future development of settlements. And this, of course, is not accepted by the Arabs. I say, of course, because they want it for their villages, and we keep it for the future of our communities.
Well, there's no doubt.
So this is an ongoing clash.
Yes, there's no doubt it's disputed territory, and I can see that. But I want to bring up another aspect of this. And look, by and large, Israelis, and I'll speak generally here, can understand, the animosity towards the Palestinians in these areas, which has not, though, been characterized overall or manifested in vigilantism throughout the decades of Israeli settlement there. So I'm defensive of this community. But the clashes with the army, these are everyday men and women from all over the country, serving at the toughest moment, arguably, in IDF history. The roadblocks, the confrontations with them, this clashing with our own people feels inexcusable to me and the majority of Israel. I'll speak for perhaps the most inexcusable part of this story. Is it probably dividing us, I would say, more than intimidating Palestinians? What's your response?
I'll tell you, speaking to a person whose family is part of the army. I mean, 8 members of my own family are serving as officers and soldiers in the army. Even at our home, at the table, my great-grandchildren were told by their mothers that their fathers are in Syria. There's nothing to worry about. When I think of it, that Syria used to be the most frightening enemy. I mean, to put a sort of confrontation between army and settlers is a very artificial thing. We are the same. We are army, we are settlers, the settlers.
But that's the outcome of this event. And I know that. Look, the people living in these areas, your family included, I know, serve at incredibly high levels, are the heroes of Israel in the IDF right now, no doubt about it, are very motivated to serve the country. And it's something that the community is proud of, rightfully.
But
it does cause a clash.
So, I mean, it's. I think that the government makes a big mistake when it forces certain outposts. Thank God, in the last 2 years, there is a big growth in the number of settlers, thanks to Smotrich and Israel Katz and Netanyahu. But there is still a debate going on about Area B. And I support very much settling government property in Area B, because Oslo Accords lost the right to exist because of the 7th of October, because of ongoing attacks. Just of late, we heard the attack which ended in two murders near the village of Tel. what was the point to attack? And you saw it, speaking of videos and pictures showing what's going on. What's the point to stone people who go on a hike? And we saw exactly that people were hiking and that it was a natural act, nothing, not seizing property, not confronting, and then stoning. Stoning has become of sports in Olympic games.
And worse than that. Yes, no, worse than that.
So,
I am no apologist for any of the Palestinian actions, of course, in the West Bank. I understand the threats are real and much more sharp than what they're facing from
it's not West Bank. Bank is a narrow area. It's the major part of, from the river to the sea. Israel birthplace place is in this bank, and it's not bank. It's a major area. It's Beit El from the Bible. It's Shiloh from the Bible.
I use the term as an internationally recognizable one, but of course,
I know, but
their rhetoric does involve much more than what we define as the West Bank, of course. Right. Daniela Weiss, thank you for being with us on the subject. Thanks for sharing your perspective. Important for the world to hear. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.